The stock market's so easy with the Fed pumping in trillions of dollars, you could basically just buy anything today, right? Or at least that's what many on social media want you to think. Now, they're luring in millions of new investors, traders, gamblers, and in this video, I'm going to explain what we've learned from previous cycles, how you can jump in and make money right now, but avoid big trouble. This is something I wish I'd learned when I was a lot younger, and I'm going to show you today, so stay tuned. All right, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, my name is Mark Moss. I like to talk about making money, having our money make money through investing, and just having overall success. Now, if you like those types of topics, please click the like button, help more people find the video, click the like button, the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I put new videos out. Now today, like I said, we are going to talk about what's going on, all these new investors, all these new gamblers jumping into the market, and what I wish I'd learned when I was a lot younger. Now, I started my investing career way back. I'm pretty old now. Way back in 1995, I was investing in real estate. And at the time I was buying bank repos. I was buying them directly from the banks. They were repossessed houses. I was fixing them up and then I was flipping them. By 1998, a couple years later, I was doing pretty good. I mean, for my age especially, right? And so I'd been flipping houses for a couple of years. And now here we are in the late 90s, 97, 98, 99. And if you know what that time was, it was at the hype of that dot-com boom. So that was when the internet was just starting out. It was in full swing. And at that time, I thought, shoot, I'm a pretty experienced investor at this point. I've been investing for a couple of years. I've been making a bunch of money in real estate. And now I'm going to start investing into this stock market, into these internet stocks. And at the time, these internet stocks were just brand new stocks. They didn't have any fundamental value. There was really no company there. It was like this brand new technology. And so we were just kind of buying and selling these. I was a day trader all of a sudden, right? And my roommate at the time, I had a roommate and he also became a day trader. As a matter of fact, I was still doing my real estate. So I was kind of part-time day trader, but my roommate quit his job and he was full bore and I would come home and we would just be sitting on the computer doing these day trading, right? Buying, selling, and pretty much anything that we bought at that time was just going up. It was like the easiest thing in the world. And we could just basically buy anything and make double, triple our money, right? But by 2000, without a warning, the market just crashed. It was just gone. And basically we lost everything. Now for me, I still had my real estate. I still had my real estate properties. Still had my real estate business. I was doing okay because I didn't have all my money in these internet stocks. But my roommate at the time, he had quit his job and he had everything in. And he started just risking a little bit, but by this time, a couple years later, he was risking it all, right? And so he wasn't so lucky. He lost everything. He was all in. He lost it all. The good news is that we were young, right? We were young, so he could just go get a job. He still had his whole life to make his money back. But I remember that feeling. I remember feeling like, man, I'm so smart. Like, this is the easiest thing in the world. I mean, I'm just crushing it in real estate. Now I'm crushing it in internet stocks. Like, this investing thing is so easy. Just put money out there and it comes back, right? And I think about this quote by Warren Buffett, and he says that a rising tide rises all boats. So when everything's going up, everyone seems like a genius. But then he says that when the tide goes out, you see who's swimming naked. And so I think about that. And then let's fast forward 16 years. And now we have the cryptocurrency boom and it's in full swing. And I start seeing the exact same thing. People are coming out of the woodwork. All of a sudden we have all these people that are day traders. They all think it's so easy. You can just basically buy anything and it goes up. And just like in 2000, we saw in 2017, the market crash came and everyone got wiped out. And they were putting all their money into cryptocurrencies and then they lost it all. A lot of people lost all the gains they had made plus everything else. And so today, we're kind of seeing the exact same thing. We're seeing a new batch of people coming in thinking that they're investors or day traders, but really they're just gamblers. Except maybe this new batch, they actually are gamblers, right? They actually are, and I'm gonna explain that to you. We have, obviously with the pandemic, the CV pandemic that we've had, the whole world is completely shut down. People are out of work, but also there's no sports. The world of sports is completely gone. And so that leaves all the gamblers who love to bet on sports without anything to do. So these people love to gamble. They love to gamble on sports. And now there's no sports. So what do? And sports betting is nothing small. As a matter of fact, sports betting is giant. The sports betting market size last year in 2019 was about $155 billion. $155 billion. And so like I said, with the sports completely shut down, all those gamblers, they got to go somewhere, right? They got to do something. And it appears that they've turned to now the biggest casino in the world. And the biggest casino in the world is the stock market. That's right. So we've seen this massive rush of these new trading accounts starting to open up. We have Robinhood, which is a mobile phone app. And it's a new platform that really caters to the younger traders. It caters to the millennials. As a matter of fact, they've signed up 13 million accounts with an average age of 31. So again, focused on really the millennials, the gamblers, and they've signed up over 3 million accounts just this year alone. So it's like parabolic growth, just like the stock market. And so many of these new sports gamblers turned now stock gamblers. They're basically shunning any of the advice from the old guard, any of the lead from the experienced investors, the billionaires. They're going against everything. So for example, Carl Icahn, famous investor, billionaire, made lots and lots of money. Basically, he sold Hertz, lost about $2 billion. And as Hertz filed for bankruptcy, the New York Stock Exchange moved to delist Hertz from the stock exchange. Carl Icahn dumped it, lost a bunch of money, but that didn't stop these gamblers. The Robinhood accounts piled in. As a matter of fact, 73,000 Robinhood accounts piled into Hertz just as Carl Icahn was getting out. Then we saw Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett sold all his airline stocks completely out, lost a bunch of money, but as he's getting out, they all piled in. We saw billionaire investor Leon Cooperman. He said that the way amateur investors are piling into the stock market was bound to, quote, end in tears. And it is for a lot of people. So Hertz, the airlines, all those things, we see them go right up. It's like a pump and dump, just like we saw the cryptocurrency space. They go right up. And if you're lucky enough to get in at the beginning and know how to get out right at the top, which is very difficult because we don't have crystal balls, you can make money. Most people get in at the top, they're FOMOing in, and then it drops and they lose everything. That's what happens. Like I said, I've seen this before. I've seen it in the dot-com boom. I saw it in the cryptocurrency boom. We're seeing it right now. Seen it before. Now, with the internet, now that we have the internet, so in the early 2000s, we didn't have the internet. So if you wanted to trade, it was very difficult, right? You just didn't have an app on your phone. We didn't even have smartphones back then. And the cryptocurrency boom happened a lot faster and a lot bigger because we did. But today, it's even bigger and faster. The internet, the rise of all these trading apps, the Robinhoods, etc. And then, like I said, you throw gas on the fire with sports being shut down, sports betting being shut down. And so we're witnessing it being bigger than ever. And like I said, it's really being championed by a couple people. One of them in particular, you might have heard of him, Dave Portnoy, and he's from a company called Barstool Sports. That's right, sports. It's a sports betting company. He's a sports betting personality. He talks about betting on sports. And he recently sold his sports betting company, a site, for $100 million. So he's doing pretty good. Did pretty good with the sports betting, $100 million. And now he's kind of leading the charge of this new Robinhood day trader. So his whole thing is like all day talking about betting on sports. But when there's no sports to bet on, what's he going to do? So he starts talking about betting on stocks, right? And so he's gone on to talk, just bragging and talking about how much money he's making. And he went on to say that it's so easy. He said he's the greatest investor alive. He said he's better than Warren Buffett. He said he should have $1 billion by now. It's so easy and he's so good. He should have $1 billion by now. But of course, he doesn't. Now, because of his nature, because of his big following that he has, we got lots of people following him, just like the Pied Piper, and they're all following him. However, some, they're ending up way worse. Now, the worst story that I heard was just this week. There's a 20-year-old new Robinhood trader named Alex Kearns. He lost $730,000, almost $1 million, and he ended up taking his own life. It's very sad. But this is the problems that we can have when people jump in and don't realize what they're doing. He lost $730,000, took his life. And like I said, it's the most tragic extreme case, but millions of people are losing their entire life savings. They're losing everything. They're ending up in massive debt. So I'm going to give you 3 tips, all right? 3 tips on how to survive this gambler turned trader rally, all right? So tip number 1, first, don't be fooled by the easy money guarantee, all right? The Fed doesn't make everything go up forever. Nothing goes up forever. It didn't in 2000, it didn't in 2017, and it's not going to today. So you have to look a little bit deeper. So like Dave Portnoy talks about investing, and when he's talking, he's like, I put 200,000 here, I put 300,000 there. So he's throwing around these big numbers. And he talks about these big numbers. And so people think, well, shoot, if he's putting in a couple $100,000, then I'm going to put in all my money as well. But you have to look at the bigger picture. All right. So he's worth $100 million. He said that he put about $3 million in his trading account, his gambling account, if you want to call it that. But he doesn't touch the other 97 million. All right. So he has 97 million that's in long-term investments into really good companies, cash flow investments, things like that. Doesn't touch that. But the 3 million is his gambling money, right? All right. So that means, like I said, he's trading, speculating, gambling with only 3% of his portfolio. Okay. That's a big, big piece. You have to understand that. So when you see, oh, 300 grand in a trade, you have to understand the size. And I'm going to explain that more in step number 3. Now, step number 2, you need to understand this and try to do the same as he is, which is basically setting up an investment portfolio. All right, so you take all your investments, all your money, and then you spread it around. You put some investments into safe stocks, like long-term stocks. I call these world dominator stocks, like the best companies in the world that are paying dividends and will increase their dividends. Put some into gold, put some into cash flow investments, like I said, dividend stocks, real estate stocks, etc. So kind of spread that around. And then you can take a little bit and you can put that into the gambling, right? Also, I would seriously consider maxing out any retirement plans that you have, IRAs, Roth IRAs, 401ks, especially if your employer is going to match that. If they're going to match your funds, I mean, that's free money. You've got to max that out. Do all that first, and then carve out a little bit. Carve out 3% like Portney, and carve out 3% and then go have fun. Gamble with that. Because if you lose 3%, it's not going to really matter, right? All right, now number 3, have fun, right? Have fun, learn, try different things, try new things, but don't use complex strategies that are over your head and can get you into real trouble. When I'm talking about complex strategies, one, I'm talking about using leverage. You can get into a lot of trouble with leverage. Different strategies like options, and there's complex option strategies. And that's what happened with Alex Kearns, the poor kid that took his life. He was using complex option strategies. He was using something called a bull put spread. Most people were going like, what the heck is a bull put spread? Exactly. It's a complex strategy. And now normally it's a way to limit risk. All right. So you would, if you know what that is, you're like, well, shoot, you use that so you limit your risk. And it is. But in this case, he didn't do it right. He didn't execute it correctly. And instead of limiting his risk, it added way more risk because he got it wrong. Now, like I said, I'm not trying to scare you. In fact, trying to do the opposite, right? Everybody needs to learn to invest. That's why I do this channel. It's why I talk about this. Everyone needs to learn to invest. It's the only way to get ahead in life. You need to learn to live on less than you earn so you can save up some money and you can invest it. You need to be able to make your money make money. Like Warren Buffett said, if you don't make money when you sleep, you'll work till the day that you die. And so everybody needs to learn to invest. So I'm not trying to scare you, but you have to understand there's different ways, there's different types to invest. So figure it out, have fun, right? Try new things, but make sure you understand what you're doing. Make sure you're doing it the right way. And if you follow those 3 tips, then you should be good, right? Just follow that, set up your portfolio, limit your risk, don't overcomplicate things, gamble, have fun with a little bit, right? Learn new things. Now, if you want to learn more about how to spread your investment portfolio around, like how much you should put here, how much you should put there, I've been giving away a free report. Thousands of people have downloaded. It's in the description. You can have it for free. I'm just trying to help as many people as I can because I didn't know this when I was younger and it cost me a lot of money, and I don't want you to make the same mistake. Now, if you are ready to try your hand at gambling, investing, trading, whatever you want to call it, WEBULL is also a new platform that we've been messing around with. It's really, really easy to use. Again, really going after that kind of millennial crowd, super easy. And you can try it for free. You can even get 2 free stocks if you use my link down below. One of the stocks is worth over $1,400. And all you got to do is just deposit $100 and that's it. The link is down below. Now, if you like this video, if you like those 3 tips, if you think those 3 tips are going to be helpful for you as you're investing, learn to limit your risk, and that's how, then smash that like button for me. Give me a thumbs up on this video if you liked it. If you don't like the video, like I always say, give me a thumbs down. It's okay. Either way, just let me know. Leave me a comment down below. Which of those 3 tips is helpful for you? Anything else, let me know. I'd love to have conversations with every single one of you in the comments every single week. And that's all I got. To your success. I'm out.